All right, guys, it's Tim O'Connor. As you as you guys know, I am running for New York State Senate, District 51, upstate New York. Uh, we are about to pop off about politics, guys. Um, as some of you know, and some of you have seen on my Facebook page, I had a little adventure today. Um, and guys, if you're in watching this, give me a hello over there on the comment section. Somehow Facebook updated stuff. I don't quite understand what they did, so I haven't quite been able to figure it out, but I'm working on it. Um, so here's the deal, guys. It's been a challenging week for the Tim for New York State Senate kind of deal here. All right. I got a determination. All right. Read that right there. Okay. The determination means that I will not, as it stands right now, be on the ballot in November. I find that to be very unfortunate and whatever. It was my mistake, but let's talk about what the mistake was. Um, and this is kind of funny, guys. If you guys think like me, you're not going to understand it. Okay. Basically, guys, we have a system in New York State that people can pay what are called petitioners for signatures. All right. So that paying petitioners for signatures allows these guys to go out, collect signatures, and get paid per signature. Okay. I didn't do that. I went out and I collected my own signatures. I signed my designating petitions as a witness, and I wrote the wrong thing in the town spot. Okay, I've only lived in my house for about 24 years, and I've been working on it the entire 24 years that I've lived here. I've voted in Portlandville for all of those 24 years, guys. So I write my mailing address down, the town of Maryland. Okay. And somehow, I'm going to lay it right out there, guys, for Republican operatives, that was not good enough. Yeah, the town of residence, Heidi. So, and you guys are going to ask what that means, man. I vote in the town of Milford. I've voted in the town of Milford forever. That, because I did not write the word Milford down, unfortunately, my designated petitions were, according to this determination, found invalid. But you know what's not invalid? My candidacy. Okay. That is not invalid. Okay. I think that probably the Board of Elections and probably my competitors have decided that that would make me go away. Unfortunately for them, that's not really how I work. Okay. So, guys, look, you guys may wonder why I have a t-shirt that I've worn 100 times hanging on the wall. Number one, man, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. Guys, that's real. All right. It's the courage to continue that counts. Or yeah, the intent, guys. Let's examine the intent of that law. Thanks, Creeder. The intent of that law is to prevent election fraud. The correction, guys, am I committing fraud by running for Senate? I was my own witness. They invalidated my petitions based on me. What kind of clown show is that? All right. So I'm up there. I drove up. You guys, a lot of you guys actually watched that video, and I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it because this is funny stuff, right? Not funny like haha, but funny kind of, oh my God, they are what we say they are, man. They really are. So look, I'm arguing with the guy at the New York State DOE, and I'm like, not really arguing because look, guys, they're people trapped in a system. They're so invested in this system that all we can do is laugh, because we've got to laugh at them, because if we don't, we will lose our minds. But anyway, I got this book. Guys, when I went to college, a book like this, I don't know, $50, $100. Like, the guy's like, here, let me help you. Boom, drops it on the counter and walks away. By the way, guys, no one there, yeah, 140, as Heidi says, 149 Lakeshore Drive North does not exist. You cannot get mail at that address. 149 Lakeshore Drive North, Milford, does not exist. She can't change her name. We just got married back in November. Thank you, babe. We just got married back in November. She can't change her name because she can't get mail from the Social Security Administration, and her marriage license says Milford, so she can't change her name at work. She can't change her name officially on her driver's license. She can't do any of that, right? But my petitions can get invalidated because I wrote Maryland. Guys, it's a clown show, man. Like, our government doesn't serve us. The New York State Board of Elections, their mission is a bipartisan mission. And they're proud of that, which, no offense to my Republican friends, I love you guys. And I do. I'm not even kidding, okay? But the bipartisan mission is still partisan, okay? One party supports the other, and we see it every single day in every phase of our lives. All right. Let's just take Cuomo's executive orders, guys. That was a bipartisan agreement on the floor of the New York State Assembly. It was bipartisan, okay? Lots of Republicans and lots of Democrats voted to give Cuomo the power to make the decisions that he's making now. They voted to give power to Cuomo to take ventilators from one part of the state, put them in a warehouse to serve another part of the state. Guys, I'm telling you right now, based on the numbers, all right, we can get rid of this guy, all right? So look, what does that mean? It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some communication. Thank you, Neil Hanslick. I appreciate that. I'm going to give it to him, man. That's obviously why I'm here. All right, this is what I'm doing. We think about moments in our lives, guys, and I want to make an admission. All right, I had a conversation with a friend on Facebook, and I've had lots of conversations. You guys have all seen them. I'm not afraid to talk to people. I try really hard not to argue. That doesn't mean other people don't argue with me, or against me, or whatever it is I'm trying to say. But that's their problem, not mine. Send it. You betcha, babe. I'm trying. So these arguing, these things, we all should take some responsibility for the situation that we're in. That probably doesn't feel right, okay? Because we've been lied to, we've been misled. But guys, here in Senate District 51, in the heart and the breadbasket of upstate New York and the Rust Belt, guys, because we used to be a manufacturing power, all right? In Senate District 51, all right, the bottom line is we've seen farms shrink and go away. We've seen big farms by regulations that prevent small farms from being successful. Those things, these things are not debatable, okay? We can argue over whose fault it was, but here's the reality, guys. It was my fault. And that implies maybe it was your fault too. We had hills to stand on. We had battles to fight, and we missed our opportunity. This crisis, this moment in history, maybe we got some time to correct that. Maybe we got an opportunity to correct it. So these guys, these party faithfuls that got me off the ballot, good for them, man. Congratulations, all right? Here's the bottom line. They think that we are too dumb to write in a candidate's name, all right? There's going to be a couple, and I said in my other video, there's two opportunities to correct this situation. One I'm really looking forward to, but of course it's currently being suppressed by the last executive order, because you can't go out and shake hands and kiss babies and, rub elbows with folks, which I would love to do. But you can't do that right now because of the COVID crisis. And we'll get to the COVID crisis probably in a little while. Not probably, we're going to talk about it. So the next petitioning thing is to designate me as an independent candidate. I would love to be able to make that happen. Not sure that I can because it's it's a challenging opportunity, but if that opportunity does present itself, we can try to collect a bunch of signatures that will get me on the ballot. That would be a lot of fun. The other thing that we can do is down the road, we can talk about writing me in as a candidate. That would be great. That may be hard, but if we do it, we're going to do it, right? We're going to try really hard to make that happen. And so how we do that is we get ready. You watch for my videos. I'll show you how to do the write-in thing. They've got a lot of little tricky stuff about that too. Fine. We'll fight the battle, guys. That's what we're going to do. So, guys, big news lately, and I want to try not to comment on the news too much because somehow that could lead to Facebook suppression of what I'm trying to say. But our federal government, our state governments, we may be constricting our food supply. That's actually kind of scary, right? But that actually, if we think about it, that can present a unique opportunity for Senate District 51. Guys, we already have people growing food for us. So, on that note, guys, I met a guy when I was out petitioning. His name is Josh Wenger. And what Josh does, Josh is a retired military guy or almost retired military guy. What Josh is doing is raising beef. He's raising eggs. He's raising food right here in upstate New York, man. So, if we want to talk about, again, the federal government for a second and the rules that they wrote, 80% of our meat supply, our protein supply, goes through 4 packing houses. There's a law that requires food on store shelves to be branded. You have no idea where that meat came from. You have no idea who grew that meat and what that meat was fed. You have no idea. It goes through this packing house. The USDA puts a stamp on it, and these guys start grinding it up and cutting it up and selling it to stores. That's real, guys. That's not made up. That's not baloney. That, well, eventually it gets to be baloney, right? But that's a true story. 4 packing houses. One of them is owned by China, which I'm not particularly paranoid about. I don't worry about those kind of things. But the bottom line is we're bringing meat in across an ocean to be processed in our facilities, get branded, sold to Johnsonville or whomever, okay, and put on store shelves. That's 80% of our food, man. That's a problem. So let's go back to Josh, all right? My friend Josh Wenger, take a look at this, guys. Warrior Ethos Farms, okay? This guy is the real deal. He's up in Cooperstown. He's going to have meat ready in July. And so I say, pay attention to this card. Maybe hit the print screen right now so you've got his phone number and you've got his website. And you can work out a deal with him where you get an invested interest in the meat before it goes and gets butchered. I think, and again, let's go to opportunity, guys. This is an opportunity for agriculture to make an impact. All right. This is an opportunity for Central New York to come back a little bit. You guys make agreements with him, he's going to grow his herd. Okay. I got another guy. This is a guy, and I'm going to buy meat from Josh, but the guy that I've already bought meat for is my buddy Dan Powers. He's a local Milford guy, grass-fed beef, and I'll tell you what, it's delicious. Okay, so buying meat from a local guy, you got to buy a quarter of a cow, you got to buy half a cow, you got to hit some arrangement that the state requires so that you have an invested interest in a cow, all right, before it goes to the butcher. Josh has a way of working that out. My buddy Dan Powers has a way of working that out. And Dan, guys, listen to this. Dan's phone number, 286-9471. 286-9471. And guys, if you want to post and you know somebody that sells meat or grows hogs or whatever, post that in the comments, share it with your friends and talk this through. Because it's slightly more complicated than going to the store and buying 5 pounds of ground beef and, cooking that up and whatever. All right. So this process is slightly more complicated by design because these elected officials want to make sure that where the money comes from gets protected. That's the whole issue about branding. That's the whole issue about not stamping your food with a country of origin, which, guys, that's got to be a little bit unbelievable for us, right? You have food coming in from, who cares where, but we don't even get to know where that food came from. As long as it gets a brand on it that could be sold at a store, I don't know, guys. That's a problem to me. It doesn't make any sense, man. Um, so reach out to those guys. This is a local show. These are local solutions. This is how we protect our food supply, by protecting our neighbor and helping them out. And we can do that. Guys, if you have questions, post them in the comment section there, because that's what I'm here for. I'm going to answer questions. That's who I want to be. I want to serve Central New York. I want to serve Senate District 51. So that's what I'm doing. All right. So, guys, recently, some of you guys might have run across a newsworthy article, okay? And what that is Justin Amash, a assembly representative for the federal government, has joined the Libertarian Party. And I want to talk about that for a little bit. Why is that a big deal? All right, you guys, a lot of you guys like me probably remember about, I don't know, let's call it 10 years ago, right? The Tea Party movement, where a bunch of, I think they were mostly Republicans, got together and said, we are taxed enough already. And we are. And we were then, and it hasn't gotten any better. But there was a big, huge movement, a lot of independent-minded congressional people got elected, and their main goal was to lower taxes for everybody, which is a great goal. It's admirable. It's perfect. It's good. It's moving things in the right direction. So Justin Amash was one of those guys. Now, Justin finally came to the realization that perhaps, and guys, this is totally up to you guys. I'm just talking in a general sense. That perhaps being a Republican doesn't quite work. Now, also, let's be honest, Justin has a shot to get the Libertarian nomination to run for president as a third party, which is great. We want third party people in there representing for government, for the presidency. It's all fine. We have we have plenty of people that are at least as interesting as Justin. All right, plenty of people. Adam Kokesh, guys, he's interesting. Everything for that guy is about localization, and you guys know that I'm a huge fan of localization. We need to bring our government back to us. These guys that we're dealing with right now, they're all looking to New York State for solutions. They're going, please save us. Please let us open up our counties. And it's like, what? Okay, do you guys know why I'm saying what? We have the right to tell them that we're going to open up. Now, that may be, I don't know, confrontational. That may scare some of you. And I understand that this COVID thing's a big deal. It is. It is. People get sick. They don't come back from it. But we have some rights that our elected officials are doing nothing to enforce. They're doing nothing to make that better. They're doing nothing to make some noise for us. So I think we could all be a little, maybe take a minute and take a breath and be a little disappointed about that. So back to Justin Amash. All right. I think when it comes right down to it, he's going to have to debate some real libertarians. And if you guys pay attention to that stuff, you're going to like what you hear from libertarians, guys that are committed libertarians. Justin, I wish him the best. I'm glad that he came to the Libertarian Party, because he brought some noise, he brought some media, and that's a big deal. That's really important. But so let's move forward. He was a Tea Party guy. I went to the Tea Party rallies. Probably some of you guys did too. I don't know. Give me a little like if you went to the Tea Party rallies. Give me something there. I am checking. Most people, yeah, there. Oh, thank you, Josh. Good guys, I appreciate that. Talzell Farms, guys. That's exactly, guys. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm sorry I didn't see all these comments before because it gets confusing, and I like to talk. Not gonna lie. All right, and guys, listen. Everything that's happened here, a part of it's funny. All right, part of it's humorous. Let's not be mad about it. Um, but let's consider these things opportunity to make the future better for our children. All right, because that is what it is, man. Crisis, and every Democrat, every Republican knows this. Crisis brings opportunity. It brings heightened awareness to our current situation, and that's important. Um, because going through life every day trying to make a living, maybe some of us forgot what hill we should have stood on. And I am guilty of that. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let me work my way down. Give it to him full circle. You, dude, I am, Neil. You know that. Michael Boyce, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. Our Zoom conversations, I mean, that stuff works, man. All right. So we got to have options. We got to believe we're smart enough to beat this power structure, and we got to make some noise. And I think we're going to do that. All right. So, guys, Josh, my buddy Josh that I was talking about, posted a link to his website. He understands how to sell this stuff. He understands how to help you get locally grown, grass fed. I don't know if he grains them up. Maybe he does. That's cool. But he knows how to help you out with this stuff. He's going to, by the end of July, he's going to put you in a quarter of a cow, a half a cow, whatever you want, right? So that's kind of cool. And I like that that's going on. And you, yes. Can I make one suggestion, guys? Grind your flank steak up into ground beef. Do not try to cook that. I don't care what you say unless you got a recipe for me that you're going to share in the comments. I don't want to hear it, man. Grind that stuff up. Uh, Jeff Klein, Talzell Farms out in Worcester. Yeah, I bought corn from there. I didn't realize they did meat. Um, if you've got a phone number or website for them, let's feel free to share it, Jeff, because that's great. And how do you get a freezer full of meat? You don't have to run out if you want some burgers, man. It's right there. And I knew you would have, Mike. I get that. Tea Party movement, guys. We're talking about that. I know a lot of you guys remember that. All right, you guys are getting the carry emoji, the new carry emoji, guys. That's hilarious stuff. I love it. All right. Laird Edward Duncan. Was it hard, guys? All right, I'll say so. My wife and my honestly my favorite supporter so far, right, guys? Not favorite. There's no favorites. Everybody that supported me, but Warren and Shelly, guys, had a hard time finding me. This Facebook stuff, I don't know if it actively tries to suppress this, what we're doing. What they want is me to pay money to access people that believe in what I'm saying. All right. My buddy Laird, Waterboy Waterworks, or post your link, bud. This guy's out there doing the COVID crisis. He's out there repairing wells. He's out there putting water in for people. Yeah, definitely post your link though, bud. You Senate District 51. We're making things happen. Yup. Yeah, we're getting there. Cuomo cares not about upstate, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have that conversation, guys. Don't treat us. Yeah, flank steak goes in steak. All right, steak Florentine is too complicated for me to make. Oh, thank you, Jeff. That's perfect, man. There's a link to the Talzell Farms Facebook page on there, guys. Like I said, I bought vegetables from them, and they're delicious, and they're perfect. They're great. It's locally grown stuff. If they're offering meat, guys, get involved in that. The thing about it is, guys, if we start buying our meat locally, we're gonna have meat locally. Probably New York City will march up here and freaking condemn our farms and take over our food supply. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. But all right, that was a joke. Everybody relax. I don't want this to be an upstate downstate thing. Or do I? But anyway, there are issues that New York City is facing that, as part of our state, we do have to be prepared to help them with. Now, one of the ways I'm prepared to help them with is I'm willing to sell them some property when they want to get out of the city. I don't have a lot of property, but I want those people to be comfortable when they get here. I want them to have a piece of land, and they're coming, guys. They've got to know that this doesn't work. This subway system finally got disinfected last night. What? What? I mean, guys, come on, man. I can't go to, I can't go have a cup of coffee in the diner, but people can ride a subway. I don't think that makes any sense, man. I hope you're with me on that. I hope I'm not being too confrontational, too combative. But that doesn't make sense, guys. That stuff is, yes, he did. Warren and Shell, you're right. Guys, you need to check out what Cuomo did with the school system. Again, I'm reluctant to comment about specific news issues because I think Facebook will wreck me for that. But the he just imposed an edict on upstate schools that I don't know, man. We got an opportunity to imagine education, okay? And I think we should reimagine education. I think that's an absolute fact. We need to reimagine education. We need to support our teachers. We need to take a look at, and again, you know what? As far as I can tell, none of what Cuomo has offered or commanded is going to protect our teachers, guys. It's going to protect administration. And why is that important? When you take a look at the cost of our hospitals and our medical care, and you take a look at the cost of our school taxes and stuff like that, these guys got to meet administrative requirements that are they're beyond the pale, guys. Okay, so when we're meeting administration costs and not teaching our students, I think our students are missing out on something, and I think that's probably a reality, right? Um, we do have the water, guys, and we're not compensated for it, Jeff. You're right about that. Okay, we've never been compensated for it, not adequately, not appropriately. Okay, that's a fact. I feel like it should have been a lawsuit. I feel like what they did to Delaware County by taking their water and burying their towns, I don't understand why that is not this huge grave injustice. To me, it is. All right. To me, it is. I think to a lot of you guys, it is. And again, so now we have this opportunity maybe to push back a little bit. Maybe we won't. Maybe they'll come put their boot on our necks and straighten us right out. But I think you guys are ready to fight the power, man. Whatever way that is. And it's got to be appropriate. I think there's ways to win this debate. I'm willing to debate anyone, anywhere, anytime about this stuff. So, guys, let's go back to the Tea Party thing. And the absolute fact that a party put their best foot forward to make sure I didn't end up on the ballot. Now, I've asked a lot of people to change their party registration. I've asked a lot of people because I think it's right um, to change your party registration. But we let's just talk about leverage and wedges, okay? And guys, I posted a little meme on my face on my Senate page where it shows one gold color, the Justin Amash finally deciding he was a libertarian. Again, he was a former Tea Party guy. He's a small government guy. I'm a small government guy. You guys are small government guys. There's Green Party people that are small government people. There's Democrats that realize your best governing happens close to home. All of that, we can work this out. We've got to make a realization. We've got to come to a realization that our current system hasn't served us, and we haven't been served by this duopoly, guys. This bipartisan, serve themselves first, don't answer, rule us, don't serve us. That's a problem. They craft platitudes that sound good, that encourage us to vote for them. But those platitudes never come to fruition, and those platitudes all have double meanings, okay? The Republican Party is the small government party. The Democrat Party is the local governing party. Neither one of those parties has met that demand. Now, there are individuals in those parties that have met that demand. I invite them to the Libertarian Party. I'm not going to lie. So let's go back to Justin Amash becoming a Libertarian. Guys, and let's talk about wedges. Guys, when you want to break a big, huge chunk of wood, the first thing you grab is a wedge, man. All right. And you take that wedge with your sledgehammer and you pop that thing in. And eventually that sucker pops. How does that apply to signing up for the Libertarian Party? And guys, I'm not trying to sell you on something that you don't want to do, but what you want is more power. And you want whoever gets elected to listen to you better. That's what I want. I don't care if it's my Republican guy that I know or the big pharma guy from Schoharie that's running as a Democrat. I don't care. I want those guys to listen to you and I want them to listen to me. And guys, there's still a chance I could beat those guys. But it's going to take some effort. It's going to take some work. But I'm here to change hearts and minds about what's been going on in Central New York. And I'm going to do it with humor. And I'm going to do it with a little civil disobedience. And I'm going to give a shout out to the people that went to Albany today. So, again, guys, wedges and levers, if we get me or Queter or Russ Penner, if we get a couple, three, Jake Cornell, if we get us in that governing body, okay, if we get a few people in there, that big piece of wood pops a little bit because they can't just run roughshod and make agreements with each other. They have to consider not just me, but you, okay? You guys here making these comments, you guys here making decisions, you guys here that are concerned that they're gonna take your Second Amendment rights away because they are gonna take your Second Amendment rights away. You guys that know they are crafting legislation to attach a revenue stream to products like marijuana and hemp when we have a dying agriculture business in upstate New York. That is why that stuff's not legal right now. And guys, that's a problem. We will have voices layered, but it's gonna take some effort, man. Right. And I'm putting in the effort, and you guys are putting in the effort. You're showing up for my live streams and you're liking my posts and you're talking to me, talking about me to your friends, and that's great. But guys, I'm doing this for you, and I'm doing this for my kids, and I'm doing it for your kids because changing hearts and minds can't happen overnight. But can it happen over the next few months? I think it can. I think, what if I get 5 votes in November, man? Did I have an impact? I did. All right. At least I got 5 people to listen to me. And I'm in it. I'm in it for that. If I get 5 votes, I'm happy, guys. If I get 5 people to change their party to libertarian, again, I'm happy. And guys, let me tell you something about Dr. John Paul Sweet while we're talking about this right now. You guys know who he is. A lot of you guys from all over our area. And now maybe I'm being a little selfish because I'm talking about Oneonta, Norwich, our central New York area, maybe up to Herkimer, okay? Ear, nose, and throat specialist. Every single person I know, almost every single person I know had at one point or another sought services from Dr. John Paul Sweet. Dr. John Paul Sweet was a lifetime Republican. He ran for office as a Republican. Now, when I was campaigning for Larry Sharpe as an independent, because guys, I'm sorry about Molinaro or whatever his name was. It was a clown show. Okay, he wasn't in it to win it. He was in it to prop up Cuomo and hopefully collect enough money to run for something down the road. And guys, trust me on that. I'm not even trying to be a jerk about it. That's what that was. You can take a look at all over the state, the horse trading that went on and who's running where and everything like that. These guys all cut backroom deals to figure out their best way of putting someone in office that wins. They did it. Okay, it's done. All right. So they got their people running where they want their people running. But if we don't make some noise, man, and we have the opportunity to make noise, guys, we have an opportunity to make noise. He never showed up, Laird. You're right. He never showed up. They are gone, Jeff. Our Second Amendment rights are restricted. They're contracted. So how do we fix that, guys? Number one thing I got to focus on is that some of the things they're bringing down the line are literally economic bigotry. Do I sound like a social justice warrior now? Maybe I am, man. But when they tell you you've got to have an insurance policy to own a gun in your house, guys, have we not shit all over poor people enough in upstate New York? We have, all right? And I don't even like to swear. Well, no, I do like to swear, but I don't like to swear on this, all right? So we certainly have, you know, it brings me to another subject that I want to touch on. So I'm going to talk about it. We're sharing information over here, guys, about who we can get to help us sell food and stuff like that. Recently, in the town of Hartwick, maybe in the town of Cherry Valley, stuff like that, maybe I saw stuff on Facebook about how these guys were going to write town ordinances to prevent people from growing their own food in the heart of town. I'm literally not sure what the motivation is behind people that think like that, because the bottom line is being rough on your neighbor because you don't like what he's doing or she is doing is completely inappropriate. And guys, I'm going to tell you that all if you chase away the poor people, guess who the next poor person is, man? It's you. All right? They're gone. Their economic activity is gone. They left the state. Guess who has to pay their bills, man? Because their economic activity is gone. You do. Start being nicer to your neighbor, and I mean that. That's not a joke, man. When you see a guy with a car up on his freaking yard, that's a savings account. Okay? He's trying to sell that stuff on eBay so that he can feed his kids, man. Start being nicer about that stuff. Stop treating them like the enemy. You see a piece of property going in the ground, man. You see a guy working on it, maybe stop by, give him a hand. Right? That's how we got to do things now. So, again, yes, they are. We need a fourth, Garrett. We need all sorts of events, brother. And I'm gonna assume Warren and Shelley, you invited Garrett. Garrett, you are welcome here, sir. I appreciate you showing up. Um, we need events. All right. I I am actually actively seeking a COVID antibody test. I believe I've got one coming in. And so I have reason to believe that I experienced a sickness that is unexplained. So that's why I want a COVID antibody test. Also, straight up, I was talking to a 70-year-old guy. Ken, you out there tonight? Anyways, I was talking to a 70-year-old guy today. He's like, I will take intravenous vitamin C and vitamin D, and I'm going to walk away from this. Now, I don't know if that's true, guys. All right. I'm not suggesting anything. But what my friend was talking about, okay, was the reality that the state has wow. I'm trying to choose words, guys, because I don't want to lose my Facebook access. I see 17 people in my viewership, and that's important to me. But the state has made some bad decisions. All right. They have taken our rights and they have used fear inappropriately. I don't believe because I took a lot of stats classes in college. Some of that's not a good thing because I wasn't a great student, but that's not the point. Okay, I understand how statistics work, and I understand how statistics are being used to scare us. Now, I know you guys are not scared, and I don't know, man. I'm willing to take my chances to serve my neighbor. I'm willing to take my chances to run for office. Um, so maybe some people don't feel comfortable with that. I'm not sure that they have the right to tell me what to do. If I am not going in their house, why do they get to tell me what to do? I will, I mean, if they don't want to go to the store, I will take their shopping list to the store for them and pick up their food. Okay. And I'll bring it back to their house and I'll spray it off with sanitizer. Guys, I love my neighbors, man. I want them to be happy. I want them to be comfortable. But do they want the same for me? Do they want the same for your kids? Are they acting so scared? You guys have seen the memes, man. You guys have seen how some of your friends are thinking right now. And yeah, not scared. That's right. I want everyone to be better than that. We've got to be better than that, guys. You've heard me say that. We've got to be better than that. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, guys, check out my mug. My buddy Nate Leonard gave it to me. It's a Guerrilla Grapplers wrestling group. Um, and I miss wrestling, man. This time of year is like the late season tournaments where we go to Ocean City and we get our kids on the mats with absolute killers, right? And it's an absolute blast, man. So on that note, I don't know. Some of you guys have seen Troy Spratley wrestle. Troy Spratley just got ranked in the nation. This kid has always been a hardworking kid. His parents are great people. They offered TJ an opportunity to wrestle in a garage, and excellence came out of that garage. So I think about upstate New York as a euphemism or a allegory for that. It, it, and Steve, man, this no offense, right? But the garage was beat up a little bit and been well used. We did some work for it to make it better for the kids and make it safe. But we taught those kids how to work hard, and they did. And there are success stories. Mikey Squires is a success story that came out of the Gladiators, right? Avery Leonard came out of the Gladiators. Avery Leonard, TJ O'Connor, my kid, came out of Unitigo Pee Wee Wrestling. And Unitigo has brought, guys, that's where this shirt is from, man. All right, Unitigo. Guys, they do this wrestling thing, man. These kids that work hard, we teach them at a young age to work hard and be successful and try hard. And regardless, failure is not failure. All right. Success is not final, but it's a courage to get back on that mat every single day. And guys, this is the first time in my life where I'm actually sent it. I sent it. I tried to build a business. I sent it. I used to manage restaurants. I sent it. I did a good job for, my customers and stuff like that. Oh yeah, no, I got an answer for that. Don't worry, Shelly. Assuming it's Shelly. It could be Warren, but I think it's Shelly. But anyways, I got an answer for that. So guys, we'll get off the wrestling subject, but I just want to give a shout out to Troy. I want to give a shout out to Mikey Squires. I want to give a shout out to Ben Bavar and Chandler Merwin. Guys, these guys, there's this wide age range of kids that wrestled together. Cody Merwin, Avery Leonard. Guys, these guys are real, man. They work hard. They do their best. They send it every day. Um, and now they can't. And I think that's a shame. And I think that some of that's based on not science. Okay. That's my opinion. We can talk about it in private. I certainly will take a harsher stance in private than I will on Facebook. All right. So, Warren and Shelley, that's a great question, guys. Here's the thing, man. I'm probably not going to win an election. All right. But who needs to hear what we have to say? And we're saying the same thing. Hey, Caitlin O'Connor. Oh my God. So who needs to hear what we have to say? Democrats and Republicans need to hear what we have to say. So you can change your party to libertarian and you can still vote Republican. You can vote for me. You can vote for them. You can vote for your favorite Democrat. And guys, when it comes down to local elections, I want people telling you what they want to do. My buddy Andrew Hamill out in Maryland, the town of Maryland, wants to be the town supervisor. And I say good for him because he's a young man and he's going to try hard. He does not want people over 60-year-olds paying property tax. He doesn't want to pay school taxes. He wants to figure out a way around that because they deserve to be here and they've invested in this economy their entire lives. So guys, give them a look, check them out. But so let's go back to that. We want to be a wedge. These guys, Democrats and Republicans, and you Democrats, you know this as well as I do, they don't listen to what we're asking for. We want lower taxes. We want less regulations. We want people making more money in our communities. We want economic opportunity for our children, and they promise to offer that, but they never deliver. So are they going to listen to us if they know they can fight with each other and you guys are going to pick a side? No, they end up like this, guys. The Libertarian Party is the wedge that breaks them back apart because now they have to craft issues that they're going to act on. Both parties have to craft issues that they're going to act on, that they're going to say, I'm going to make life better in upstate New York so I can get those 2 or 4 stubborn libertarians to agree with me because that's the tipping point. Guys, that's real, okay? The principle of breaking a big piece of wood, the principle of breaking a big piece of rock is taking a wedge and driving it in there, and you split that thing apart. The Democrats and Republicans, and guys, this is no offense to the Republicans, this is no offense to the Democrats. I know what platitudes they crafted to make you happy. I know. I heard them. I went to Tea Party rallies, guys. I went to them. I went to 6 or 7 of them. All right. So they're like this right now. They're fighting like this. But the bottom line is we got to get them back apart. We got to get them out here. They don't. Guys, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're too, and I love it, Laird. I'm going to read your comment. We are too cool for their school. They don't want us hanging out with them. That's right. But if we get into the position where they got to kiss our butt to get some legislation passed, we're going to be able to have an impact, guys. And I think that's hugely important for the future of upstate New York. All right. If we elect a Democrat in Senate District 51, we've got a guy who says he's not going to vote with the majority when it comes to things like third party ballot access. I don't believe him. I mean, he said it, but every Republican I've ever heard and reached out to has also said that. And those guys pulled a dirty trick on me. It's hyper technical freaking trick, guys. And I couldn't fix it. I couldn't go up to the New York State Board of Elections, show them my driver's license, and say, Milford. I couldn't do that. That's not okay, guys. Like that's they use stuff like that to suppress their party. So guys, I would like to live in a society without party affiliation, and we may not be ready for that. All right. But there's people that believe in government solves problems, and there's people that believe communities solve problems. Think about that for a second. Government solves problems. Communities solve problems. Now, I'll let you guys guess over in the messages which side I might picture myself on. It's not okay, Shelly. It's not. It's not okay what they did. I talked to my daughter. I talked to a guy down in Queens. They're like, they tried to help me find a way around it. All right, what was done? So, guys, you can change your party registration back tomorrow. It's no big deal. But if tonight you change your party registration, yeah, it was. You change your party registration to Libertarian, and you send the Otsego County Board of Republicans a little note saying, you can thank Tim O'Connor for this. I would find that hilarious. All right. They are doing things, guys, in Otsego County. And some of it sounds good. All right. But to meet the budget, they take property from people, and that's not okay. So people do fail to pay their property taxes. They've paid many thousands of dollars in property taxes. They take their property, they sell it at auction, and they keep all the money. So, no matter what, that process is flawed. Even if we agree that at some point the county has to take a piece of property from a family or an individual or whatever, okay, there's no way that they should keep money in excess of what is owed on it. They shouldn't. It's not right. It's morally bankrupt. Okay. It's completely immoral. They've done it. They did it to Robert Force. They're going to do it to hundreds of people this year unless they decide not to, which they should. And let me ask them, guys, let me ask the Otsego County Board of Representatives to promise not to take property from people this year. All right. They really ought to put a hold on that activity this year because we need economic opportunity and we don't need the government balancing the budget off of taking property, because what they do when they take property, guys, what they do, and it happened this year, all right, or late last year, what they do is they sell it to a land trust. The Otsego County sold 150 acres to a land trust. What the land trust does, because it's a nonprofit organization backed by billionaires, okay? Yeah. Okay. So this land trust backed by billionaires, backed by big money people, okay, who have virtue to signal, buy properties from places like Otsego County, and they take it off the tax roll. There's a whole process. They got lawyers on retainer to help them out with this. They take it off the tax roll, and then they donate some money to the local fire department, stuff like that. Guys, we missed an opportunity to have a family come in here, buy that property, and make a living there. All right, that is real. Every single time we say no to a family or an individual making money in Senate District 51, that's one less opportunity. And guys, it's that incremental. If we don't start saying one more family makes a difference in Senate District 51, because they do, every single one of them, we bring one more kid back from New York City, we bring one more kid back from Virginia. Guys, that's impact. We're not going to have impact playing their game. We're not. And now I'm all mad, but I am mad, guys. Been watching it happen for 30 years, and I miss the hills to stand on. But we got one now. I hope you're going to join me. Yep, I bought tax property too, Warren and Shelley, and I managed to fix one up, and it's a great way to go. And why shouldn't we be able to do it? Why shouldn't? So we buy properties, guys. I bought properties. I found a lady that was way behind in her property. She had let it go really bad. I bought this thing. I gave her more than she owed in taxes, guys. Um, and she was just going to let me have it, just whatever, because she had given up, and she gave up because here's the deal, guys. This property is appraised at $95,000, and it it wouldn't sell for a quarter of that. Okay, yeah. So here she is carrying this burden of a almost $3,000 a year tax burden. I don't know how we can morally look at ourselves in the mirror. I don't get it. Guys, she can't carry that tax burden. Nobody can. Not on a house that's not going to sell for a quarter of what it's assessed at. So, guys, we get into a little upset argue. Yeah, I will, Jeff. So we take it. I get into a little like disagreement with the assessor, guys, and I don't want to bore you with personal stories, man. But like, we wait a year. She says she's gonna reassess it. We call her. She's like, we're like, why didn't you reassess it? She's like, it gets busy here, and she hangs up on my mom, and she's rude to my mom, and I'm kind of like, you know, government does not serve you. Even our local government can do better. And guys, I've been very generous with the local boards and stuff like that because they it's volunteer work, man. They're angels. They're flipping papers and handling budgets, and they're making sure people get paid to their best of the ability that they can. So it's not them, but we got to stop looking to New York State for solutions, and we got to stop looking to New York State for administrative rules. Guys, we have the right to govern ourselves, and that scares you guys. I mean, not you guys, not the people that are commenting. We know that, but that scares all these other people. Why does that scare them? Why do we got to look to the government for solutions? Why do we got to look to the state? Why does the state got to look to the federal government? It's embarrassing, man. We got to do better than that. So this top down stuff, guys, it's not going to work, man. Cuomo's begging the federal government for money. The federal government saying you can't have it. Man, it's a mess. Let's go back to supporting your neighbor, right? Let's get out there. Let's buy some food from these guys that are growing cows and these guys that are growing pigs and these guys that are growing chickens. Guys, you can drive around Senator 51. You can pick up 3 dozen eggs for $9. I'm telling you, eggs are delicious. They're locally grown. Let's get back to that, man. Let's get back to taking care of our neighbor. Let's start figuring out how to elect people that are going to make a difference and make a real difference. Okay. Guys that aren't afraid, like, oh, all right, I'll take that extra $2,000 a year to go manage budgets at my local town board. God bless that guy. God bless that lady that's doing that. But let's find a way to pay them some real money so that it gets interesting for our children. All right, let's let them have some fun with this. We let the wrong guys into power, man. We bought into these distracting stories. All right, and where is that money? That money goes to balanced budgets, Warren and Shelley, and I want to be clear about that. That money does not go to the person that failed to pay these taxes, and they meaning the county government, and maybe they're getting better about it, but they balance their budget with anticipated revenues from tax foreclosures. I think that's a problem. Yeah, I'm starting to garden too, Laird. I'm gonna stay mad, Jeff Klein. I don't want to be mad all the time because guys, we gotta have fun, man. We gotta send this. We gotta send this right, okay? And so we will, and that's what we're gonna do. And guys, we're gonna go through the whole thing. If I can't get on the ballot through the independent nominee petition, which is again, my First Amendment rights have already been violated because I could have fixed it with a write-in OTB opportunity to ballot in New York State. I could have fixed it. Been suspended because I might spread COVID if I go out and ask people to sign petitions. All right, so we get to this independent nominating petition, and that would be the one where Democrats, independents, and Republicans and Green Party people, if you haven't signed for a candidate, you could sign for yours truly. Now, would you? I don't know. But I'm going to need I don't know, who knows? I think it's like 3,000 signatures there. Might even be as much as 4, but they've abridged the time. As a matter of fact, I can't even do it right now because of the COVID crisis. I, dude, Jeff, that's a great question, and you can ask Laird, man. Has anybody have you ever gotten diarrhea from milk in a milk tank, a bulk tank? I don't know. I've drank probably 300 gallons of it, man. I never got. I don't know. It tasted great to me. It is criminal, guys. We are all mad, and we should be mad, guys. But let's channel our anger in the appropriate ways, and that's getting rid of this thing. These guys doing this, pretending like they're arguing. What does that look like to you? It don't look like arguing to me, man. It looks like they're getting along. And guys, I always want to cover thing. Okay, when our county board sells a big, huge plot of land that could have supported a family for a couple decades to a nonprofit land trust. Guys, that's what that is, man. But maybe they got some campaign donations out of it. I don't know. I'm not trying to say that they did. Not trying to make false allegations, but I'm pretty mad that I'm not going to be on the ballot, and I know who made that happen. That's real. So, guys, if you want to have some fun, you want to help me have some fun, go ahead and change your registration to Libertarian tomorrow. If you're an independent, if you're a Democrat, guys, I don't know, man. Change your registration to Libertarian. If you're a Republican, change your registration to a Libertarian. Take a little picture of your DMV kind of thing. Don't give them too much information, but maybe email it up to the Otsego County Democrat board. Email it up to the Republican board. Let's make a statement. Guys, that doesn't mean you can't vote for the Democrat or the Republican down the road, because you can. All right, that's freedom. All right. If I don't make the best case for you to write my name in, if you don't agree with 60 to 80% of what I say, if the platitudes that these guys craft that they're not going to follow through on are somehow better serving you, okay? If those platitudes somehow serve you better, go ahead and vote for those guys. But send a message with me now. All right? Let's have some fun doing it, guys. Let's just explain to them that third-party ballot access is important. All right? Let's just explain to them that they made a mistake in keeping me off the ballot. Let's let them know that I was probably going to be way more ineffectual if I was on the ballot. All right? I mean, okay, some of that might be messy for me, but guys, I would love that. I'm going to post the DMV link. Sorry. Can I still? Yeah, you can vote for Trump. I might vote for Trump. I probably won't though, Laird. But because I want you, Laird, and I'm going to ask you and Shelley, Warren and Shelley and Chalk, guys, I know where you guys came from and I get it. I'd vote for Trump. I voted for Trump. But I'm going to ask you to take a look at the libertarian guys because they're like Trump on steroids sometimes. Trump's a third party guy or outsider, and I like that about him. If we actually were to elect a libertarian, you guys would be blown away. They would make Trump look like, I mean, as they all believe in local government, they all believe in individual rights. Trump has done some great things. Trump's done some things that I don't agree with, and I bet you all feel that way. So, and this crisis is nerve wracking for guys that still put their pant legs on. You know, they put their pants on one leg at a time. They do. Cuomo, Trump, whatever. They're sitting there right now trying to figure out what the next best thing is to say to maintain their popularity and maintain their power. And sometimes when they say stuff, they look really stupid. But I know you are, Michael Boyce. I know you are. I'm going to post that DMV. Trump is his own party. I agree with that. You can't, honestly, guys, I don't see how you could vote in a presidential election. I don't see how you could vote for Joe Biden, but that's me. Guys, I'm not trying to be hurtful, but that guy is again, you guys are going to hear me say this. We got to do better than this. The Democrats got to do better than this. The Republicans got to do better than this. And the libertarians are trying, but the voice isn't there. So we have to do better than what we've been doing. The notion that some sort of debt thing, magic paper can fix this problem, that kind of thinking creates problems. And we're probably going to see it, right? Go back to where I'm going to give Dan Powers another. It's been an hour, man. I'm having a blast. I could probably do this all night, but I'm not gonna. And guys, I got a couple things. I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel, so I'm going to post links. If you can go there, you can actually broadcast from the YouTube right to your TV. Who knew? So like 4 or 5 people can watch this. You don't have to just watch it on your computer screen. The likes, the shares, the reactions, you guys here talking to me, that would be great. That's important. So share this video, share my other videos. Check out my YouTube channel. It has me and Larry Sharp, which was a great honor for me. I'm downloading some of the videos that I've been doing to the YouTube so that hopefully I can grow a YouTube channel. And maybe at some point I'm going to go live on YouTube instead of on Facebook. And I think that I'd feel freer to say more things. So my buddy Dan, who I bought beef from, and it was delicious, 286-9471. And guys, if you start going around and buying eggs from these little local egg shops, you're going to get more chickens. It's just that simple. It's going to be a profit for them. Stop buying that stuff from Walmart. It's probably, I don't even know if it's real eggs, guys. I mean, I'm joking, but whatever. Check out Thomas Massey's Prime Act. It's better than what we're doing now. It's a national level program that gets rid of this whole, we got to label country of origin meat. We got to do it. But more important than that, navigate the not that complicated process of buying meat from a guy that's growing it in your area. It's pretty simple and it's fun. Sometimes you got to figure out what to do with certain cuts of meat that you not know what to do with it. Plus, you're going to get some bones in there, and maybe you want to figure out how to make soup with that stuff. It's actually kind of fun. It's actually kind of rewarding, and you get to teach your kids some stuff about how to make food. So all that stuff is kind of fun. It will make our local economy stronger. I say legalize hemp. I say legalize marijuana, and I don't even use marijuana. But I'm telling you right now, when we got the land use deficit, if we don't start growing something there, we're going to grow solar panels on that stuff. Guys, I'm not kidding. Cuomo and the Democrats have signed legislation that takes local decision-making to the state level. So you're not going to even get the chance unless we fix this, unless we fight this battle. You're not even going to get the chance to argue against a solar farm. You're not. All right. Cuomo's going to streamline it and speed it through the state government, and we're not even going to get a chance to argue over it. All right. So check out my Facebook page. Share this with friends. Guys, reach out to me via Messenger. I had a guy call me today. I had a half-hour talk with him. help prime me for this show. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I'm hoping I can convince you to vote for me, but I don't feel like I should doubt that. I'm not doubtful that you should vote for me. You should vote for me. If you want a government that serves you, then I'm the guy to vote for out of all the guys. All right. If you want to run for office, local office, you want my support, get at me because that decision making is coming up soon too. Okay. Get at me. I'm going to do what I can to help you out. Obviously, I don't know the rules that well, but whatever. I'll figure it out, guys. I will help you. I will endorse you. My buddy Andrew Hamill, again, out in the town of Maryland. Guys, check him out. Take a look at what he's trying to do. Taxes are too high. Regulations are too prevalent. And every day I wake up, I feel like I'm going to wake up with a boot on my head. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Do a cooking show. Yeah, guys, I'm making cheese. It's pretty good. I will do a cooking show edition. Amash is a flake. Larry and the judge get. Um, and look, Dan Berman, our millennials, our kids, they're looking for an intellectual discussion about politics. And that hasn't been provided. They've been provided with platitudes and things that make them angry at you because they disagree with you when they don't even really disagree with you. So take a look at what Amash might do, but allow that to be an opportunity. A former Tea Party guy coming to the Libertarian Party, allow that to be an opportunity to learn about Adam Kokesh, to learn about, oh my God, well, Judge Gray and Larry Sharpe, of course, because I unequivocally, guys, you got to get a look at Larry Sharpe. But Judge Gray, Jacob Hornberger, all right, my buddy Dan, taxation and theft Berman, all right, try to argue with him about whether taxation is theft or not. I tried. Guys, you can't win that argument. Intellectually, it's superior. Taxation is theft. I am. I'm getting off. It's an hour and 6 minutes, hour and 7 minutes. Guys, I thank you for being here. If you have questions, if you can share this with your friends, if you can give $5-10 to my campaign, I don't care. Whatever it is, it's impact, guys. We got to make it. We got to try. All right. Thank you very much. Talk to you later. Okay, I got to log out. You guys just pretend I'm not here. Good night. All right. What do I do now? There we go. Got it. The ending was horrible. Oh, I'm probably still on. Oh, that's just bad. Sorry, guys. I'm ending it. YouTube.